to be able to share with each one of you. So we thank you for taking the time. So good morning to some of you, good afternoon to some of you, good evening to many of you, and some of the rest of you should be sleeping still over there in down under. But if you've joined us, thank you. Whether it's by YouTube or later on, or a link with the video, we welcome you to the Bounce, and thank you for joining us. We've got a number of things that we're going to share with you. Really excited. First of all, I want to be able to bring on global founder and Double Diamond, Stephen Keller. Stephen is joining us and is co-hosting with me today. So hi, Stephen. Good to have you on with us.
Howdy.
Howdy. We are going to be hearing from Stephen here in just a couple of minutes, and so we'll be sharing a lot of fantastic information from his experience on how to build through December and his vision for 2024. So we appreciate you taking the time out for that, Stephen. Thank you.
You bet. Good to see everybody.
Yeah, this is great. Lots of wonderful smiley faces on there with us today. But first of all, we want to be able to welcome one of our European regional founders and premier, Vivi Birkehoy. She is from Denmark.
Yes.
And I want her to be able to share with us your story. Many of us have heard it, and it's just absolutely incredible. But if you could take the next couple of minutes, Vivi, and share with us your story, that would be wonderful. Take it away, please.
Okay, thank you. Hello from Denmark. Here is 7 o'clock in the night. I will tell you a little bit about myself. I'm 77 years old, and a couple of years ago, I got a message from the hospital because I got a bone marrow try, and I had some special cancer blood sickness, and I knew that. I didn't know what it was, but I knew that was something wrong in my body for many years, but the doctor would not listen to me. But then I go with pain in my heart, and the doctor there could see that my blood sample was not good. So he found out that I had the other sickness in my body, and I have to live that the rest of my life, they said. But you never know, because after I started with these drops with the bottle in May, I signed up the 17th of April, and I borrowed a bottle and I tried that. And I started with 20 drops every day. And after a while, I go to 30 drops and then back again to 20. And after I had taken the drops 4 months, my blood test got better and better. And I have to tell you, 2 days ago, it was even better. It was normally they have numbers who said they have to take 1/2 liter of blood of me every month. But now my numbers are down, so you don't have to take blood from me this time. I was so glad, because it goes from 42 to 37. It was so good, so good, so good. And when I go 2 points more down, it's normal. So I'm so excited what will happen the next month with these drops. It's really, really has changed my life. I don't have headaches anymore. I can feel my left leg, who I couldn't do that for a long time because I had 3 operations in my back, and I couldn't go on the street. And sometimes I felt, because I couldn't feel my feet or my left leg, in fact. But now I can feel everything in my body again. So it's so exciting for me, this, and I know I can't stop again, because I can feel something changed every day in my body. So that's a short of my history here. So it's good. So maybe next year I don't, and I want to say, I have to take chemo every day, they said, big tablets, but I have just take it every second day now for a long time. And in fact, the drops have made my life change so much. So I'm so grateful. So
That is incredible. That
yes,
is a life-changing experience for you.
yes,
I am
it
so
is.
happy for you. It's just amazing what these drops can do for people that take them consistently and how they can impact your life. You seem so excited, so happy.
Because I was so happy when I saw the numbers here 2 days ago. I said, wow, it's from 42 to 37 is very, very, no, 37 is very, very good. It's 5 numbers down. It's so incredible. I don't understand,
Right. Yeah.
but it's good.
That is
So,
wonderful. Well,
yeah.
good for you. It'll help you enjoy this holiday season that much more, right?
Yes, it is. It's changed,
Yeah.
and it's so good because one day I will take a bottle with me when I go to. If I have to, they have to take a blood again. I will give them a set. See, that's why it has changed so much for me.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
that's terrific. Thank you so much for sharing. We appreciate you're doing that.
yeah.
That's
You're
just awesome.
welcome.
All right. I want to be able to share some information about a promotion that we have this month and give you kind of a little bit more insight about that. Throughout this month and throughout the holidays, we've had a number of people that have been talking about Christmas cash and what that looks like, and if there's a way to be able to do that. And I don't know, Stephen, if we've got that graphic that we can show. Oh, here we go. Okay. This is great. This is the double triple bonus. Thank you, Stephen. Double triple bonus. Hopefully everybody can see this, but we're really excited about this. We've done this promotion before, and this is for Europe, United States, New Zealand, and Australia, and it's applied from December 1st through December 31st. So for all of those different regions. But this is obviously, you know about the triple bonus part about our compensation plan, but this month we're doubling that. So instead of when you enroll 3 with any entrepreneurs, whether it's a kit 250, kit 500, or a kit 1250 in Europe, New Zealand, or Australia, or 1000 and kit 1000 in the United States, as a normal part of the compensation plan, when you enroll 3, you know that you get a triple bonus of $120. With this, we're going to double that for you. So when you enroll 3 at any one of these kits, it could be a combination, 1 kit 250, maybe 2 kit 1250s, or all kit 500s, you're going to earn a double of the triple bonus. So instead of $120, you'll get $240. Now remember, these bonuses are paid out on a weekly basis. So if you're looking to be able to get some Christmas cash, some holiday cash, or just to be able to continue to build your business and grow, certainly as we go throughout the month of December, but also set up for 2024. This is a fantastic way and a great incentive for you to really be able to share what VIDAFY is all about and helping people to be able to see the vision of VIDAFY. So double the triple bonus. Now, the great thing about this is you can actually do this a maximum of 3 different times, which means if you, this month in the December, again, December 1st through the 31st, if you enroll 9 people, 9 new entrepreneurs, again, at a combination of any one of the kits, but if you enroll 9, that's an extra 240 and an extra 240 and an extra 240. And so that is, like I said, a great way to really build up, not only to launch, build, develop, grow your business, but certainly to be able to earn some extra money this month. So we encourage you to be able to take advantage of this. We encourage you to share this information with your team members to be able to take advantage of this as well. One caveat, you've got to be able to, as the enroller, you've got to be able to make sure that you're active, like if anything with the compensation plan, with at least 100 QV here in the month of December. But as you know that, you've got to have at least 100 QV in each given calendar month to be able to qualify for full commissions, monthly commissions, and all weekly commissions as well. Anyway, so we encourage you to take advantage of this promotion that we have. We don't run it very often. We only run it during special times. And we felt like that this holiday season was a great opportunity for you to be able to earn a little bit of Christmas cash. So take advantage of this. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, reach out to your upline leaders, ask them any questions about what this looks like or how this works, and really be able to happily be able to answer any of those questions for you. So run with it, have a great time with it, and share it with your teams, if you will. Double, triple bonus right now. I'm thrilled to be able to have Stephen on the call with us. He's the co-host and is going to be sharing some incredible information with us. Really appreciate it. He's one of our global founders and a double diamond, and soon to be triple diamond. He's got big goals for the year of 2024. Really excited to be able to see what he's doing. He is a fantastic upline leader, just a genuine, heartfelt individual that has everyone's best interest in mind, a true leader. I depend upon him, work with him and with his wife, Samara, quite a bit as feedback and sounding boards, and really appreciate his leadership. But I've asked Stephen to be able to share with us some insight about what he sees to be able to, that each of us can do to be able to grow this month, in the month of in December, but then really what your vision too for 2024 looks like, Stephen. So I'm going to turn it over to you.
Absolutely. First of all, welcome everybody. And it's interesting. People typically go one of two ways for building their network marketing business in December. Often they're like, oh, well, I'm busy with this and all. They're busy with all these different things, and I'll get back to it on January. For me, I've always felt that December was actually one of, hands down, the best times to build the business, and definitely the best times to recruit. And the reason for that is, there's just tons of parties and get-togethers all the time, and a huge opportunity to meet new people, to reconnect with other people, to see what people are up to have them ask, hey, what are you up to? And so really pay attention during December on all the interactions you have with people that you don't normally have, right? I mean, how many people are going to a bunch of parties this month? A lot, right? And at parties, you're always like meeting people, talking to them, meeting new people. Hey, who are you? What do you do? Right? Very, very basic training on that. Be genuinely interested in people. Ask them a ton of stuff about what they do. When they ask you, be able to give a succinct, compelling answer about this amazing business you're doing, and then drop it and get back to them. Okay. And when they come back and they're like, okay, wait, tell me more about that. Right. You need to be able to manage that interaction in a way that they're very curious. And when you actually give them information about VIDAFY, that they will thank you for having done it. Does that make sense? Right. Like if you ask me, oh, so what do you do, Steve? And I'm like, oh, I'll show you. And I show you like a crazy before and after picture of someone's reduction in inflammation in their feet. And I go, oh, yeah, I help people do that. Yeah. So Tyler, tell me again, how long have you been doing what you're doing? And you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Stop. What was that? Right. It's like, oh, you want to know? You really want to know what I do? Oh, well, tell you what. It's just, I'm sure you've heard of turmeric. It's just turmeric plus a German technology makes it 18,000% more effective. What's your cell phone number, Tyler? I'll text you some links. And I'm just going to look at my phone until you give me your cell phone number. And that's it. That simple. A lot of you talk too much. You talk way too much, right? Literally, I've probably spent less time talking to the several hundred people I've enrolled than some of you have spent talking to like 6 people. Okay, just there we go. But going on to 2024, one thing I really want to talk about is this. We've had some crazy supply chain issues this year, and yet in spite of that, we've grown. Okay, and there is trying to find a network marketing company that has legs and sustainability, and they'll be around for a long time and grow huge. It's hard to figure out. There's a mysterious formula out there that's hard to figure out, right? I'll tell you this though. If we've had growth during the supply chain issue, I'll tell you one thing. Bing, 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 bing. Oh, people are willing to wait for the product, like for a long time. What does that mean? That means when we get this fixed, which we're right on the cusp of solving this supply chain issue, that means that you can do some massive things in 2024 and beyond. Massive, right? And so I'll tell you, moving forward in business and in life, you need to know three things. Okay. You need to know who you are, where you're going, how are you going to get there. Okay. And if you ask me, okay, for VIDAFY, who are we, where are we going, how are we going to get there? I would say, number one, we are a beacon of hope in uncertain financial times and uncertain physical health times, right? Where we're going, I had a discussion with Rebecca Pruitt the other night, not Pruitt, sorry, Rebecca White. And we talked about that and we're like, okay, well, what are really our goals, right? And we talked about it for a bit and we're like, here's what we're doing in 2024. We will do, by the end of the year, we will do $30 million of business in 2024. Well, what about 2025? $100 million in business in 2025. So I invite you to have that same vision, to have an understanding that you can have a significant part of that moving forward in 2024 and 2025. And VIDAFY came into my life because I took the word extraordinary, which I thought, because I was ready for a new business, and I thought the word extraordinary was in alignment with something that would make a big impact, grow large, stay large, make a generational impact in my family. And that's really what this business has come into my life to do. And so we invite you to get a clear vision of what we can accomplish this coming year. And when you want to start, man, you want to get that momentum going this month. Start doing it. So back to you, Tyler.
It's interesting because I've been a part of this industry for a long time, all on the corporate side in sales. And when you can sense that there is something unique there, something that's magical there, and you talk about growing through the supply chain issues that we've had, what if we didn't? What if we don't have supply chain issues? What if we're caught up, by the end of this month, that we're totally caught up with supply chain? What is that going to do for your business? Those individuals, Stephen, that hang on with us, that continue to move forward, that push, are going to see some incredible things. And we've got a long way to go to be able to reach that 30 million mark that you and Becca White talked about for 2024. But you know what? We're going to do it. We're going to hit it. And it's because we have such incredible leaders like Vivi and like Stephen and so many others that are out there. Right. Ro, you make a great comment. That's right. Keep the faith. Those that hang on, that stay with us, are going to see some amazing things. And Stephen, you made a great comment a second ago. Why not you? Why not all of us? Stephen Keller, has got an amazing wife with Samara, and they together are a very wonderful couple and incredible leaders, and have grown and built and done so many different things within this industry. And they have earned their way to where they are right now. But why not you? Why not everyone else as well? If we've got so many incredible things that are going to be happening next year in 2024, and we have an amazing plan of different meetings that we'll be doing and different trips that everyone can take advantage of if you choose to, why not you? So I encourage you to take a listen to what Stephen has to say. Stephen, you just recently put out something. If you don't want to talk about it, that's okay. But I'm just we haven't talked about this before. But you put out some type of a link, 30 days to success kind of a thing. I wondered if you can share some insight on that. And
absolutely. So any idiot can make something complicated, right? We want to make it simpler and simpler and simpler and simpler. So if we look at the businesses that are really growing, okay, we find that those businesses focus on one thing, and that's helping the new people hit pro, which is our first rank, in their first 30 days, right? Because you get some extra money, right? And what we find is often people complicate everything too much, right? So what I actually did is I made a very simple tool for everyone, okay? And I'll show it to you real quick here. Okay.
So this isn't just for certain people. This isn't just
for everybody. This is for the whole. This is for, and this is what I'm about to show you is also a work in progress. So if you go to www.30daysto-pro.com, right? A friend of mine made this website for me, one page. Okay. It works great on mobile as well. And what we're like, hey, welcome to the family. Here's your goal in your first 30 days. And we ask that you ignore a whole bunch of other stuff you could be working on. Okay. There's a lot of things that you should know in the future, but you don't need to know your first month. You don't need to know details, a whole bunch of details about the compensation plan, about the product, about just forget a bunch of stuff and focus on just a few things. And so there's 3 short videos, what we're doing and why. Number 2, to do this, you've got to be bulletproof and excited, right? Network marketing always grows on excitement. Okay. You know, Mach 2 with your hair on fire, level of like, yeah, right. So the second video is about really like, what is the potential of this product for people? Okay. Denise, our 83-year-old diamond in Australia, she's like, if I don't tell them, who will? Exactly. If you don't tell them, who will? Right. And number 3 is a very, very practical steps like scripts. Here's exactly how you talk to somebody. Here's exactly how to reach out step by step by step. And then just keep repeating that. And we've got the nice script there, the link to the YouTube playlist, the link to the Facebook testimonial group. By the way, I'm at a new link of VIDAFYstories.com goes directly to the Facebook testimonial group. Okay. Right. You just need to make sure people add in who invited you. VIDAFY results is to a YouTube playlist that has 3 minutes on bioMS, a replay of me doing a 15-minute presentation and testimony after testimonial, so people don't have to be on Facebook to use that, right? Click for some testimonial photos. So if you click on here, you know, pictures are the best way to get someone's attention. So they're not only pictures, but some simple instructions for how you tech challenge people on exactly how you download the pictures to your device. Okay. So just some very, very simple tools to go pro. Like just focus on that. Okay.
That's amazing.
Right? Here's a simple definition. Working on your VIDAFY business is only this: talking to people who aren't in VIDAFY about getting into VIDAFY and asking some closing questions. That's working on your business. There's a whole bunch of stuff people do that's not working on their business. They go, I'm working on my business. No, you're not. You're procrastinating talking to people who aren't in VIDAFY about getting into VIDAFY and asking and following up. That's what you're doing. You're just procrastinating. So, anyways. Yeah,
that's incredible. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. You introduced that last week or so, and I was so impressed with that. I wanted to bring that up, so I appreciate you going through that. Okay, what's the URL again for that? 30 days to
30daysto-pro.com.
Okay, 30daysto-pro.com.
Right.
That's for everybody. That's not just for a select group of people. That's for everyone in the company.
Correct. And by the way, I will reiterate and say this, right? How do you talk to people? We don't act like clinicians or health experts. We don't talk to people about their conditions or their ailments. There's 3 things every person is looking for, and they're looking for better sleep, more energy, better mental clarity, and less physical discomfort in their body. And that's it, right? I don't share science with people, right? I don't talk to them about their condition, because then that becomes a clinical condition and makes the whole conversation quite complicated and difficult.
And do you talk to people about the compensation plan?
I don't. Maybe what they can do in their first 30 days, make a couple extra $100, right? If they want more information on the compensation plan, there's great videos on that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I love it. Thank you so much for sharing that. My gosh.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that's just incredible. I just wanted to share. We've got another special guest here in just a second, but recently, okay, so I will admit there is a long period of time where I wasn't taking the product, and I was starting to some people are smiling and laughing at me. That's okay. You would think that I would be taking the product every single day. I certainly have some weight to lose. I understand that, and used to be kind of a bit of an athlete when I was younger, and played a lot of basketball, just pretty decent at most of the sports that I played in. and loved it. And it was just a lot of fun. But as I've grown older and as I've kind of carried the weight with me, obviously it's kind of put a bit of a hamper on my joints and my body a lot. And it's been pretty frustrating. One thing that I used to be able to do, although I could never dunk a basketball, I've always wanted to do that. But one thing that I could always jump pretty well. Well, in the last couple of years, well, it's probably 6 to 18 months, I've not been able to jump much at all, just like a couple of inches off the ground. Mostly because my knees hurt so bad, and it's just been so frustrating with not being able to jump. Well, not that I need to jump, but just to be able to jump, right? And so I started taking the product again about 2 weeks ago. And I've kind of taken it off and on, but I really started taking it a lot 2 weeks ago. I was having some issues. I could just kind of feel some things internally as well. But one of the byproducts of obviously that is the product really works and helps with the entire body system, is that the inflammation, I've been able to alleviate a lot of the inflammation in my knees. And I've had this goal since Thanksgiving. I go to my brother's house, and he's about 2 or 3 hours away for Thanksgiving and also for Christmas. And he challenged me. He challenged me last year to be able to jump up and touch this particular part of his ceiling that he has. And he can do it. He's a few years younger than I am, and his son, and they were kind of making fun of me because I couldn't. And that's okay. That's fine that they were teasing me. He's my brother. He can do that. But he challenged me to do that, and I couldn't do it. And they laughed and had a great time. And I'm like, I thought it was funny as well. Frustrated, but kind of funny. So this past Thanksgiving, they had this Christmas tree up, and everybody was at the table in the kitchen, and they couldn't see me. And so I kind of jumped to try to touch it. And I'd only been taking the product for me, at that point for maybe just a few days. I still wasn't able to jump where I wanted to jump. And touch the part of the ceiling. They couldn't see what I was doing, thankfully. Otherwise, it would have been, a moment of mockery. But I thought to myself, I am going to do what I need to do, whatever I have to do to be able to touch that part and jump and touch that part by Christmas when I go back there here in a few weeks to where my brother's house is. And this morning, it was interesting. I was like, okay, I haven't tried to jump, but I've been taking the product now for about 2 or 3 weeks. And the most interesting thing happened is that when I jumped just a couple of inches off the ground, when I landed, my knees didn't hurt. And I thought, well, that's really strange because it has all the other times. I kept jumping a little bit more and a little bit more. And pretty soon I was able to jump to the point where obviously I'm not in my brother's house. I'm not jumping and hitting that particular spot, but to hit that particular spot, I know that I can jump that high now. So I cannot wait for Christmas to come around here in a few weeks. Continue to take the product day in and day out. Consistency is the biggest thing for me. And to be able to show my brother that I can hit that spot, that I can touch that particular point. With VIDAFY, it's changed your life. For me, it's just a matter of pride, but it's also helping to do some incredible things for me internally as well, with blood glucose levels and things. And I just am so excited about what our product does and how it helps out. So it'll be fun at Christmas when I can show my brother that I can do that I'm an old guy, but I can still do some great things. I can make things happen. And I am just so grateful for the VIDAFY product. It's not just that we've got a great compensation plan or fantastic leaders or a CEO and his wife with incredible integrity. We have an amazing product that works. And as Stephen said, that's why each of you are still here. The product is worth waiting for. And that's just absolutely incredible. And we appreciate that so much. I'm grateful for it, for what it's doing for me. And I'm grateful to see what it's doing for each one of you, like yourself, Vivi, for Stephen and Samara, and for each one of you that are on here with us right now. Okay, we have one more guest, and want to be able to bring on Dr. Jeremy Thornton. Just appreciate all the things that he does as a leader with us. He is a diamond. He is a global founder, and he's part of our wellness team as well. And he's got the white jacket on. You're a busy man with your chiropractic business and all the things that you're doing. And Dr. J, we appreciate you taking some time to share with us your story. I'm going to turn it over to you.
Hey guys, excited to see you all. Hope you're having a great start to the week. My name is Dr. Jeremy Thornton. I am from Southwest Missouri. I've been in practice now for 25 plus years. And, honestly, when I first got, you guys maybe not heard kind of how I came to VIDAFY and kind of that story. So I want to share just a little bit about that. So it's been over 2 years now, I think 2 years this past September. when Ryan Stokes, anybody know Ryan? He said, Doc, you need to take a look at this stuff. It's a curcumin supplement. And I was on the phone with him, so he didn't see me roll my eyes. But anybody else skeptical when they first heard about a curcumin or turmeric supplement, right? And he said, well, you really need to check this out. And I said, okay, yeah, I'll take a look at it. And, he sent me the links and video. And honestly, I didn't look at it right away. But, he kept on, and he reached out again, saying, we need to, have you taken a look at that video? I'm like, yeah, I've looked at it. And he goes, well, here's some research on it. And so just a little backstory about myself. I work in a nutritional practice. I'm an internist, a functional medicine specialist. So that's kind of, nutrition and supplementation is where I work and have all of these years. So I have literally tried dozens of different curcumin and turmeric products. I'm sure some of you have as well. So again, that's why I wasn't terribly excited about a curcumin supplement. And so he sent me a little bit of research, and the research article stated that that this new technology was increasing bioavailability by 277 times. I'm sure some of you have seen that as well. And I didn't necessarily believe that still, but I said to myself, if that's true, this could change everything about curcumin. And I'd followed curcumin research for a lot of years and knew what you all know now is that the problem is bioavailability and absorption. And so, over the years, thousands of years now, there's not really been much exciting to say about curcumin and turmeric in the realms of bioavailability, right? They've tried different things. They've thrown some black pepper extract in there, and they've done some things with some, liposomal things, which are cool, but still never was super excited about that or the results that I was seeing in practice or personally. So anyway, long story short, I saw the research, said, okay, I'll try it. He drove to my office and brought me a couple bottles. They were in Spanish. It was a lot of trust there that this was what was in this little bottle here. But I at the time, thankfully, don't have a lot of health issues and didn't think that I had a lot of inflammation going on. But I really wanted to figure out if this stuff worked or honestly prove that it didn't work, right? And so as most doctors do, they tend to guinea pig themselves, their family. And my biggest guinea pig and biggest supporter has been my mom, right? So first thing I do, because I knew that we would see some things right away if this technology was true. She battled a lot of inflammation over the years and has had neck fusion surgery and has a lot of pain in her body and shoulder problems and daily headaches, numbness in her hands, and so I said, Mom, and of course, being a good son, I already had her on curcumin. So I said, I'm going to take those capsules, multiple capsules of curcumin that you're taking every day. I want you to take these 10 drops. So I gave it to her. And didn't know what to expect, really. Wasn't didn't really expect to see what I did see. And so she calls me the very next day and she goes, well, I don't know what that stuff is, but she would often joke that that they could do surgery on her hands first thing in the morning without anesthesia, because when she'd wake up every morning, she couldn't feel her hands at all. And it would take some time for her hands to wake up where she had feeling in her hands. And she woke up that first morning and her hands were not asleep. They weren't numb. And I didn't expect that. I'm like, wow, well, that's interesting. And so as we continued to go, the next day she reported that was the first day in a long time she hadn't had a headache. And she goes, well, we'll see, because, I have these daily headaches, but then when I have weather changes, I have the really bad headaches. And so we had a big weather change, and she didn't have a bad headache. Her discomfort in her neck and her joints and her shoulder, she had a shoulder injury where she would have to use the other hand to put the milk in the top, of the fridge, right? Because she couldn't do that with her right arm. And she was showing me how she could move her right arm again. And she was all excited. So needless to say, I was getting excited that this was working and working that quickly. So we had all started taking it as a family, and I could just share everything we've experienced, but I won't, at least today. One thing that personally that I experienced was an occasional, probably every 3-4 months, I would have a flare up of low back pain that would put me down for several days. I would have to go to the chiropractor, have to do stretching and ice and heat and e-stim and all the things, and I would usually sometimes have to miss work for a few days. Well, I didn't realize it till almost 2 years into it. So it was just a few months ago that I realized I hadn't had a flare up of low back pain since I started taking our amazing curcumin. So it was so sporadic that I just didn't come to me that, hey, I haven't had a flare up. And so that was my experience. I could go on and on talking about what I've been able to see, been blessed to see in my practice with our patients of all kinds of different health conditions. And I probably get in trouble with compliance, but so many awesome things that I get to see day in and day out with chronic health conditions that there's just not a lot of good answers for, right? There's drugs out there that mask symptoms, that have side effects, but nothing out there that's working like this is. And, those of you that have been in VIDAFY for a little while now, I think sometimes, this stuff works so good that sometimes we forget how good it works, right? Or how good this stuff really is. When you get used to seeing people's life change within a few days or a few weeks, you just come to expect it, right? And so I encourage you to go into our amazing Facebook group and just check out some of the testimonials, remind yourself what we have our hands on and the people and the lives that we can change with this. When you see all these testimonials saying, basically that I have my life back again, it just motivates me to keep sharing, right? Motivates me to stay the course, to get through these bumps, these hurdles that we have, because nobody else has anything like this and people out there need it. And so anyway, I'll shut up and turn the mic back to Tyler.
Oh, thank you very much, Dr. Thornton. We certainly appreciate that. And we'll appreciate your willingness to be able to be a resource, an incredible resource as part of the wellness team, to be able to answer questions, to provide some of this the insight, some of this deep, incredible insight, and to be able to, obviously with your practice, you see so many patients taking our product, the amount of stories that you have, not only that you've experienced and certainly with your mom, but the amount of stories and experiences that you can share across pretty much all aspects of the body system, and to be able to share that insight really is helpful and hopeful, and we appreciate that and look forward to continuing to work with you on that wellness team aspect. So thank you very much, Dr. Thornton. We appreciate it. Okay, just wanted to finish this off real quick. Just a real quick shipping update. We are really excited because we are getting there with shipping. And we know that so many of you are waiting for the product, and you are doing so incredibly patiently. You may not think that you're being very patient, but you are. And we appreciate that. We've got a lot of Curcumin Plus and some VIDAFY in our warehouse right now in Utah, and we're shipping that out with the NanoFi, and catching up from where we've left off, and shipping a lot of product out day in and day out. We have more Curcumin Plus and more some VIDAFY coming, and the amount of NanoFi that's being produced is right now is just incredible, and we're really excited about what's going to be taking place here in the next several months, because we've got a lot of product that's coming our way. And actually, just a couple of minutes ago, our CEO, Shane Brady, he just sent me a message and said that he's going to be putting together a video today, and we'll be sending that out a little bit later on about a full shipping update. To be able to hear that from our CEO from the horse's mouth is fantastic. So looking forward to that video that you'll be able to see a little bit later today or tomorrow morning. But we'll be getting that out with a full, complete update on shipping to be able to hear that from our CEO. Thank you so much for each of you for taking the time to be able to be with us. One of the things that I love about this is that we have a chance to be able to get together. We see each other's faces, and we get to be able to experience a little bit, even though it's done virtually, a little bit of togetherness as a VIDAFY family. And we appreciate you and the time that you're taking to be able to be with us. So Vivi, thank you so much for sharing your story. Dr. Thornton, you as well for being on and for sharing yours amidst your busy schedule. Thank you. And for my co-host and our double diamond, Stephen Keller, we appreciate your taking the time to be able to help put this together, to be able to make this happen. And but most especially, if that's a word, a phrase, especially for your insight and your business acumen. And we encourage everyone to take advantage of those things, those incredible nuggets that Stephen shared with us. So everyone, have an amazing VIDAFY day and evening. Again, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us. Look forward to being with each one of you at our midway call, which will be Friday on the 15th of December at 11 o'clock Mountain Time, this same time. Friday on the 15th, we'll look forward to seeing you at that point and celebrating all the amazing things that have happened so far, and really in the month of November and so far in the month of December. So thank you very much, everyone. Take care.